Welcome to Hear Me Out and Pass the Scissors, a podcast where two long-distance scrapbooking friends talk creativity, chaos, and cutting things up on purpose. I'm Lisa from Life and Layouts on YouTube.
And I'm Nicole from ColieBing. Whether you're scrapbooking at your desk, your kitchen table, or just in your head, grab your scissors and hear us out.
So, hear me out. This year gave us a lot to talk about.
And a lot is doing some heavy lifting there. We laughed, we cried, we overcommitted, and we still cut paper through all of it.
It wasn't always pretty. Some things worked way better than we expected.
And some things, well, we learned what not to do again. You're welcome for the research.
Today, we're looking back at the wins, the whoopsies, and the stuff we're officially tossing before 2026 shows up.
Because growth is important, but so is knowing when to break up with a bad habit.
So grab your scissors and your favorite snack
and hear us out.
All right, so you're going to start it off, or you want me to?
Yes, I'm excited because I feel like you're so analytical that I feel like, yeah, you're gonna take it away today. And I know you have this like outlined, but I'm wondering, when do you want to put in the table that's down at the bottom? Because I feel like we almost have to kind of go in order of what's going to make sense more to the viewers, where they're going to kind of want the more surface level, like subscribers, view count, and stuff like that. And then like as you get down the layers of the weird stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I
looked through the images real quick and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I think it's going to be fun to see what all we can see on the analytical side, because if they're not content creators, they have no idea what we can see on a daily basis.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to care how many men are watching type of thing.
I find that interesting that there's like, usually I'm at 100% women, and then it's every once in a while I draw in like the 1% men, and I'm like, what drew them in? Like, what about my layout made that man watch my video?
I think it's the man you dated.
Oh, yes.
I think mine is family members, and I think yours is the guy you dated.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll have to talk about that too.
So do you want to go to your segments, or
let's start, because I'm giving this all to you. You said you wanted to do it all, so go away with it.
So we're free balling it today.
All right.
This is like your wheelhouse. I feel like you dive into this stuff. I will try to go with your outline, and I feel like you do have some good stuff on here. So we're going to start out with, you can share with everybody what you think you have worked on your channel. I take that term pretty loosely. So which videos or topics consistently pulled views, stuff like that.
So I think one of the biggest videos that pulled views was that beach layout. The Simple Stories one that I scrap lifted from you. I think it was twofold. One, it was a gorgeous layout. You did an amazing job of the layout, and then me scrap lifting you, because I feel like that also might have drawn some attention back to your video because it was a little bit older. No,
yours, like, you scrap lifted it, and then your video performed like way better than the original, and I'm just like, it's fine.
Which I think I mentioned your name like a couple times, but I think it was a gorgeous layout that you created. I mean, down to the amount of waves that I cut out.
Yeah,
was the same as yours.
You're counting waves, and I was like, I could have told you the measurement.
So I think that scrap lifting you, that gorgeous layout, but then also the fact that I was just raw with the fact that it was very difficult. And I think in that too, I want to scrapbook what I did as well, because I think it was you, it might have been somebody else that told me take pictures of what you did, because I walked away. I had several adult beverages. I sat and cried in my living room. And then about 2:00 in the morning is when it was the inspiration hit. And I was like, I got to get back in there, and I've got it. And I figured it out. And so all of that was on the video. And I think it was twofold. One, I had a gorgeous layout that I was scrap lifting, and two, I was just raw.
Did you have like a series or a style of video that also did well? Because like you will, like, a couple times a year, you'll do like a daily, or you'll do a sketchbook, or you'll do a specific trip or something. Like, did any of those hit?
So March Madness was the only time I did dailies this year. I didn't do a fall daily.
I was going to say, usually you do September.
Yeah, I didn't do one in the fall just because I had so much going on and I couldn't manage it. Those always do well. I can always see my numbers do well. And I was looking at my November stats. My October numbers were higher as well. And I don't think I did anything special in October. Um, oh, I did a lot of Doodlebug. I feel like Doodlebug, that Hey Pumpkin, it just hit well. I think I played it right into Doodlebug.
I mean, that was your plan.
Yes. Using those hashtags, I got right into the Doodlebug design team and was able to let me rephrase that. I did not get on. The Doodlebug design team was posting Hey Pumpkin along with me. So
you were just following you're following the trends. You're trying to pick up the dust that they're putting there.
Yeah. And somehow I got on those coattails because I think I did well in October and those videos did really well.
Nice.
So what about you? Do you think anything did really well?
No, I think my channel is just consistently noodles thrown at the wall. The videos that did the best, and this is no hate to the viewers because like I get it, it was all hauls. So it was either people that were nosy about what was coming in design team boxes or people that wanted to see, like I've had people comment or they say they prefer to see somebody like flipping through the product before they order online, because sometimes like the marketing images versus like seeing the paper on a video is just, it's different. It's helpful for shopping. But I want to say the like 4 of the top 10 videos were Simple Stories hauls, and it like I get it, but then at the same time I'm like thinking about all of the work I spent editing like process videos for none of them to hit like top 10 is just kind of like
Yeah, now that you mentioned that too, the other one that did really well, which I think it also did well for you, was that dark side video that we did.
Yes, return to the dark side.
Yeah. But that was still like putting away layouts and not our meat and potatoes.
Which, and trust me, I get it. Because there's people that I watch too where I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that eventually. But yeah, give me the stuff that I'm like dying to see. Mm-hmm. So I try not to like, I'm not blaming the viewers. Like people are going to watch what they want to watch. I just think it's funny that I'm like putting out like craft projects and it's the supply videos or me vacuuming that's like getting the views. So
yeah.
Which I'm kicking myself because I've done 2 projects with the latest Simple Stories box. I forgot to film it.
Yeah, you told me that. And I was like, I asked you if you could fake it. And you were like, let me think about it in the morning.
Well, they sent me 2 packs of paper. So I feel like I could just kind of like, you know how like Allison Davis, she'll like slide in part of her layout where she won't show the whole thing. I'm like, maybe if I do that and if I just say like, hey, there's some pieces missing because I already cut into it. I figured I would just ask in my Facebook group because, again, obviously those videos do well. So it's not, I don't want to not do it. But at the same time, I've ruined it. Like, I don't know what to do.
I think that it would be fine. I think even if it's cut, there's pieces cut out of it.
Yeah.
You're still able to see it. I think you
should
do it.
Okay, so did you have any surprises when it came to like short form versus long form videos?
So one of the things that I saw, and we talked about this in one of our other previous podcasts, where you had posted about short forms, and I was like, let me try that. And my short forms are very different than yours. I actually do my short forms more as a like teaser or a preview.
I was going to say they come across like a trailer to me.
Yes. And that was my thought process. If I can pull these people in with a trailer to say, hey, go watch this, as opposed to the other short forms that I do see out there where it is just basically a process video in less than a minute, right? Which there's no way. I don't know how they do it. It blows my mind. But since I started posting those, one of the stats that we're able to see on the analytics is the top 3 places people find you every month. So every month we get every week too. I think we get it every week and every month. And short form was never there, obviously, because I didn't create them. And then when I started, it jumped to number 1 the first month.
And you know what I think it is I think we've talked about this before. We're on like Instagram. I'm very much somebody that swipes through the stories. And then we both scroll TikTok pretty heavily. And then there's people that also scroll either Facebook like videos or the YouTube shorts. So I think that's kind of what it is you keep this like endless scroll, and then you come across something that you like, and then you follow the tunnel back. So I think that's kind of some of what's happening.
Right. And so when I did my teasers or trailers, the first 90 characters, because I, again, did a bunch of research before I started posting them, and it said the first 90 characters should contain the link to your channel, your playlist, the video, whatever it is, something to get them back over into the long form videos. And so that's what it is. The first one shoots them back over to the full size video. Yeah. So what about you? I know that you did the Halloween one with Spellbinders. How did
Yes.
that go for you?
Craftoween. I mean, I don't think it's changed since we were talking about it in a previous episode. About half of them hit like 16 to 1800, and half of them hit like 300. So I'm not really sure like what day people are scrolling that they were hitting versus other days. Those analytics don't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I do like I kind of look at the reels and the shorts that like I stop and watch, and it's usually the ones that are just kind of like you're seeing a glimpse of it with some fun music, and then it's usually enough for me to say, okay, I want to go look more. I will fully admit I am too lazy to do what you're doing, where you're making like a mini process video, and it would make it easier on me because that's original audio, which means I wouldn't have to do the two separate things that I'm doing now. But I can't be bothered.
I will tell you that it's not that hard because, and I
No,
know,
but I'm hitting on the trending music. I'm hoping that those songs will kind of filter in some people too.
I wanted to tell you, I haven't told you this. I just like, we've just been crazy busy and I haven't had a chance to like catch you up on things. The last teaser for last week's episode, right? So episode 8. One of the things that we have to do for our short forms is we have to go into YouTube, change the thumbnail to like whatever we want it to be, as opposed to what YouTube feels like it should be. I forgot to do that. And the thumbnail that came up was me holding up the December Daily. That thing has 2,000 views. I usually get like 200 views.
I think because people like when you just see a generic thumbnail, because I'm honest, like if I see a generic thumbnail, I'm like, But like the auto one that it gave me, I was dying. It was hysterical. And then I was like, I saw you post it in your group and I was like, well, whatever. I gave her the ammo. And then I was like, man, I probably should have left that because it was just me bugging out over you saying something.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if that made a difference and that's why people clicked on it, but that one did better than any other ones.
Do you think that's the audience behavior that you weren't expecting that you got on here?
Yes, absolutely. Like there's times where I'm like, I don't understand what hits and what doesn't and why.
Do you think that those shorts are hitting and are you going to keep doing them?
Yes, I do think, because when looking at my analytics for, because I look at them every day. I wake up in the morning because I know that they've refreshed and I know the number that it was the day before, what my subscriber count was. I know what video was number 1. I know all of that. So every day I'm looking at it, sometimes several times a day. And the shorts don't do well in the sense that there's not a ton of views on them, but they do well enough that they're bringing people in because my subscriber count has gone up.
Yeah.
My views have gone up.
I kind of think of them as like the people that stand on the corner with the signs and they're twirling it and they're trying to get your attention to come buy a pizza or look at a house.
Yeah.
I honestly, I forget to do them half the time. Because again, it goes back to you plan the content and I'm like, oh, what do I do with all this?
Yeah.
Which I want to get better, but we'll see.
I didn't do it for my Florida snow video, and that video did really well, and it's still on my drafts, and I'm like, do I post it?
But I think you also have a currently consistent repeat viewer thing happening right now too.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm very much in a hit or miss. People are either liking me or loving me, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like my daughter says, you're fine.
I agree with you. I had one person, this guy that like we didn't even end up going on a date. Like we talked on the dating apps, and he was a content creator for Disney. And so we were talking about that, and I don't give out my channel because that's just creepy. But we were talking about that, about him being a content creator, and he had some like really high views on his videos. He didn't have a lot of videos, but he also had ones that were not so great. So it was like 10,000 views and then like 200 views. And so he was saying, oh, I try to figure out what's bringing them in, what's not. And I was like, oh, like that's not who I am. Like my content is, I have a subscriber base and those people follow me and I'm consistent. Well, yes, I do have some that hit off. Most of the time my videos get the same amount of views. And so he was like, oh, well, your thumbnails aren't that great. And I was like, I don't need your advice.
Neither is your personality.
Yep. And I think that was the end of our conversations as well.
Okay, so I feel like I have to ask again, and I'm just going to beat this into the ground until you just do it. If you have this consistently returning viewership, what are you thinking about, like, memberships?
I still am like, no. I still am just, I can't. I did post it in my group. There were only 2 people responded, and both of them said no, they wouldn't pay for it. So I'm like, well, there you go.
You gotta be humbled by people's honesty. I love it.
Yes, and I absolutely, like, I don't want to do the work. If I'm not gonna have it, then that's okay.
Yeah,
let me know.
It's understandable, and it could just be wrong season. It could be a 2027 type of thing.
Yep.
Okay, you ready to move on to number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God, this one's bad. So you've got creative commitments we chose well and ones we didn't. And I feel like this is unfair because you have one outside creative commitment besides your own series.
But there is something else I want to talk about. So, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the one that I chose well. I think that your kick in the butt to join Kelly Bell was an absolute yes.
It was a perfect pairing. I'm like, hello.
Yeah. And I will tell you that 2025, I remember posting very early in the year that I wanted to create more Disney layouts. Obviously, being on the design team, the March Madness was Disney focused. I went from 3 albums to 10 albums.
I was going to say, can you ask, like, do you know how many layouts you did that were Disney alone this year? Did you count?
I haven't counted, but I know March Madness was 30. I did at least 2 a month in all the other months. So that would have been 10 months. So that was another 20. So at least probably
I feel like it's more than 2 a month.
2 a month is what I've been doing for Kelly Bell. But then there's also the other ones that I'm throwing in, like the one that's going out very soon. I was going to say,
I just watched Tron this morning and I'm like, I know
Kelly
I watched 2 other. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's Disney.
So that was that, not Tron.
If you have less than 75, I will be surprised.
You know what I'll do? I'll have to count them because that wasn't one of the stats. I'll count them and I'll put them in the show notes for everybody.
For sure, you would know that.
I would think I would probably say closer to like 60 because I didn't start Kelly until March.
Okay, sorry I took you on that tangent.
It's okay. So that was one that I chose very well. One that I don't know that it was obviously I didn't choose it, but I applied for a design team that I applied for 2 design teams. Yes. One design team, I was like, whatever, it is what it is. The other design team that I applied for, I honestly thought that I was a shoo-in for it. And there was lots of things going on. So, because I remember when I didn't make the design team, I was at my granddad's house. So we lost my granddad last November. And then in May, we were like in the process of selling his house. So I remember sitting on a bench, like a little rolly bench that you have in like your garage. I was sitting on the rolly bench. I was scrubbing the baseboards of the garage because we were getting ready to sell it. And so we were trying to clean it up. I got a text message from you and I got a text message from somebody else that said, hey,
check your email.
Check your email. And both text messages were not that you made it, but check your email because both of you assumed that I made it as well. So I had, I'm trying to sell my granddad's house. I'm trying to deal with that. And then I didn't make that team. And I can tell you that broke me more than I swore I would never apply for another design team. I thought about
I
I'm
was
just happy
kind of
there.
shocked in the moment of like just how viscerally you were like reacting to it. But at the same time, like I was really proud that you had even applied because you've always just been like, no, I'm not interested. Nobody, these people don't like me, like all these things. And then the second one was pretty recent. And I still am proud that you applied, that you put yourself out there. And every time I've applied for something, I don't apply assuming I'm going to make it. I look at the application process as a way for these brands or these manufacturers or this designer, whoever it is, they have to look at my stuff. They have to open that email. They have to see me. They have to see my stuff. And that's enough for me sometimes, where it's like, I just want you to know I love your stuff enough that I use it all the time. Here's a bunch of stuff that I like. I want you to see it. And I know that they will look at it in an application thing.
Right.
So even though you didn't make those people saw you. And I don't know, I don't really talk much about it, but I help out with a lot of the social media stuff for the Scrap Room Kit Clubs. And I was kind of involved in the design team call that she ran. And so I saw the other side of it. So even though you're told no, sometimes you're kept on a list. You know what I mean? Your information is still available. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's not a good fit this time, but then if you apply again another year, it's like, oh, I remember this girl. I remember her layouts. So don't like put yourself down. Don't be like, nobody likes me. Like,
In that moment, and like I said, there was probably a lot of, dealing with other stuff as well with, like I said, and I think I said to you, that moment of cleaning baseboards and probably the tears were, half of not making the design team and also
you're
half of like,
also, you and your mom are going at it and everybody's got their own feelings and there's stuff coming up. Like, I totally get it. Like, I feel like I was 100%. I was like, this girl is going to make it 100%. And I was like, oh no, I don't even know what to say. And I could just tell that you were like, I mean, you were almost like, I'm done. Like, I never want to talk to anybody again. And I was like, what do I do? I'll bleep that.
yeah. And so that it was a really hard time. And I think
But
too,
you had a very, like, you were like quiet for like a week. And then it was like you pulled your pants up and you were like 2 fingers to the sky and you were like, I am going. And I was like, you do you.
I'm going to figure it out. That's who I am. Yeah. So let's go with you.
Okay.
What creative commitments did you choose well and which ones you did not?
I mean, I don't feel like I chose anything. I think I was gratefully accepted by some people. I can't tell you. I think I've applied to Simple Stories like 8 or 9 different times, never expecting to make it. So, like, again, it goes back to, it's more of just me saying, thank you for making a great product that I love. I want you to see my stuff. So that one kind of came out of nowhere. By the time I found out about Simple Stories, I was already on Tracy Reed's team. And so I was a little bit like, oh my gosh. And then around the same time, I had kind of gotten on some sort of an email list from Spellbinders with some opportunities from them. And I was just like, what is happening? Like, because I very much just feel like I've been invited to the wrong party and I'm standing in the corner and I don't know how I got here, but I'm not leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of, I am very much somebody who, if you present me with an opportunity, I'm probably going to say yes. But I also have to make sure that I can manage deadlines. I'm not going to say yes to something knowing full well that like I got too much on my plate. And I feel like it's exciting if you're in this content creating realm and you are actively pursuing design teams. It can be kind of exciting. Like, I've been on like sketch teams and challenge teams and stuff. You kind of learn along the way how you work and then how other people work. And sometimes they just don't work well, or sometimes you just don't understand the way that they want to maneuver things. And that's not to say that it's like a bad team or it's a bad fit or it's a bad product. I will stay like gum in somebody's hair if I love the people, if I love the product, and if the process is fine. But then I also have to be realistic, which like Tracy, Tracy had asked like if anybody's staying on the team, and I had sent her a message, and I was like, I cannot. And it's not a product issue. It's like I'm looking at other things that are coming down the pipeline. I'm looking at potential opportunities that could be coming down the pipeline, and having to pause. And like, we see it in your videos where you do a lot of pre-planning when it comes to hybrid. And sometimes that takes a lot of time. And then you have to print all this stuff yourself. And her products I love, but her products are something that I really have to have the time. And like, it's a slower process. And I'm slow in general. Like, I will still buy her products here and there. Like, I will still do it. But the commitment level there, I was just like, I don't think I can do it. And I don't ever want to be late on a deadline. I don't ever want to be like messing up somebody else's schedule. So it was like, somebody else is probably a better fit. I'm going to go.
Yeah. And I think that with, like you said, with hybrid layouts, they do take a lot more work. I think mine is a little bit easier because I feel like Disney layouts are just, they come naturally to me, and I can find a ton of Disney layouts that will fit with any of hers. And like you said, Tracy's collections are a little more, I don't want to say generic, but like a little more everyday is, I think, is a lot of her layouts. She
I
does have
think
some.
they're a broader, like what you can use them for. Even if they are themed, there's still like a ton of like generics, whereas like a lot of Kelly Bell's pieces are super specific to either that ride or that experience or something. It's just kind of, it's just like kind of two different things. But like, I didn't necessarily like outgrow anything. I've definitely stretched myself a little thin, but a lot of times that's more like seasonal. So like if Spellbinders is like, these are the things that are coming out, do you want to work with any of this? And I'm like, this is not really my wheelhouse or my style. I've got a little bit more breathing room. But then if they come out with like the next couple months, they have like amazing stuff. And I'm like, yeah,
I want it all.
but I still have to find the time to like get the, it takes time to like die cut and glue stuff. And like I said, I'm slow, but it goes back to, I am willing to take on tasks if I love the product, if I love the brand, if I love the people involved. And like, I try to just approach things as respectfully as possible on like the back end. I try to make sure I'm not late with anything. And I think that that has served me well, in the sense that it's like, hey, we saw this. Are you interested in doing this? And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. And it's either going to fit or let's never do that again.
Yeah. And I think that that's true with anything. There's been times where I
Yeah.
have done things on my channel that I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then there's been times where I'm like, yeah, not going down that path again. And then there's times where like 2026, which we'll talk about next episode, but there's something that your idea has kind of morphed into something else because it worked, but I need to change it up. So it's going down a different path. And I think that works for everything.
Okay. And then you've got, I mean, I kind of feel like we've touched on like, it's a series and collaborations that took off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like anything necessarily took off on my end.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
think I'm pretty level with some stuff. I don't necessarily have any projects that I said yes to that I shouldn't have, other than the Craft-A-Ween thing that you kind of pushed me into was a little like no breathing room. Like,
Yeah.
it's the I don't know that I would do that again.
It's the daily content. I don't think that you have it in your wheelhouse to do daily content. Not that you couldn't do it if you really pushed yourself.
Yeah, it's as soon as I'm slightly late or I start falling off, I start feeling like I'm leaving, I'm letting people down, I'm failing. Like I start getting, and then I'm like, well, I'll just continue to be even more late at this point. Like, why? I get by the time you have something like that, by the time you're dropping day 1, day 30 is already edited and in the can, where I'm like gluing day 3.
Right.
Like, I can't.
Yeah. And even so I don't know that this is something that didn't take off, but I did have to take a break. So I talked about it recently in the most recent layout that I posted when we're recording this, which was the pass holder magnet, Go Wild pass holder layout. But if you go back on my channel, and I can see the stats that go with this as well. So when I recorded that video, it was almost a month ago. that was the video that I cried through. I was very upset with. It just broke me. And so I had talked about it before that I was in a point where I was coming to almost being burnt out and I needed to take that break. That layout broke me. And then I had something personal happen at the house that I had to take care of. And so I wasn't able to scrapbook for almost a good month. So if you look at the content that I have out, I have like unboxing videos and things like that. So I still had videos every 3 days, but I didn't have content that I was creating because I had to take that break because of stuff that was personally going on. Also, that layout broke me, and I was just, I
Yeah,
had to step away.
you sent me a picture of like your empty planning spreadsheet, and I was like, okay. And you were
Yeah.
like, this is not okay.
Yeah, I didn't have anything planned. I think it was, yeah, it was bad. Like I took a break from everything, planning,
So is
editing.
that's your burnout?
That was my, yeah, I knew that at that point when I recorded the video that I was burnt out, and taking that month off, which we had to take care of the stuff here at the house, but taking that month off completely from everything has allowed me to be okay and get back in the room and
That's
get
good.
there. Yeah. So
That's good.
yeah. So it's okay to take breaks. It really is.
Did you have anything that surprised yourself?
This year?
Yeah.
I think that, and I don't like, this is one of those things that you had said before, and I was like, no, that's not going to happen. But like surpassing you on subscribers
I'm
really
not even
did
mad about it. I got one this morning, 1 in 2 months. I was like, hello.
Welcome to this fire.
Welcome.
I really, like, honestly, you would say that often. You're going to surpass me. And I'm
Because
like,
I could tell by
no.
the numbers. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I'm getting a handful in a month, you have, and you're getting 50 to 100, like, yeah, you're going to pass me.
Yeah. So let's look at those numbers real quick for the year, just since we're talking about it. So,
man, I was going to tell you what surprised me.
Oh, okay.
Just this year number of balls I'm capable of keeping in the air at one time, which annoys me because it just tells me how much time I am wasting doing other things. And you've told me before.
And when you say that, you're talking about like doom scrolling and just,
yeah, playing a video game. Like I read at night, but then I read in the car when I wait for my kids, and sometimes I get sucked into a book and I'll like read, or yeah, I'll doom scroll, or I'll get stuck watching YouTube with my husband or something. And yeah, the sheer volume of things that I'm able to not only commit myself to but turn in on time, I was like, this is not good. Like it's good, but I was like,
it really makes you think about how much. Which I think I don't know who said it to me, where I heard it, but it was something along the lines of people say they don't have time to scrapbook or they don't have time to do a hobby. And if you make that comment and then you spend 2 hours binge watching a TV show, it's not that you don't have time to scrapbook or you don't have time to do your hobby. It's that you decided that you would rather spend your time watching TV than scrapbooking or whatever hobby it is, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's like budgeting.
Right. So it's not that I have all of this extra time. It's just that's how I plan, or that's how I spend my time, and that's how I want to spend my time. And I do that by watching TV or, listening to books, audiobooks and things like that while I'm scrapbooking.
I don't know if I told you, but like a week ago, I was picking up library books from my grandmother, and they have puzzles at the library, and I took home a 1,000-piece puzzle and did not tell you that I was working on it at night. And I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna get that done.
You sent me a picture one time, and I was like,
it was in the background, and I was like, oh, she's gonna say something, because she's like, you could be doing your month in review right now. Listen, I didn't get another one when I returned it.
But I'm never going to say anything to how you choose to do your time or anybody else's, right? Like this, I enjoy scrapbooking and I enjoy working my spreadsheet and planning things out and coming up with journaling. I was doing that today. I came up with this really cute journal.
You thrive on the hustle, and as a born procrastinator, I get real creative the closer I get to a deadline. So sometimes I'm like, it's fine. I get there.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna dive into all the nitty-gritty
Well,
stats?
not all the nitty gritty. I was just going to bring up since we were talking about the amount of subscribers we've gotten.
Ah, okay.
So, so we broke it up by two parts. There are the amount of subscribers that we got specific to the video contents that we put out. And then we also got how many based on our shorts. So subscribers based on each one of those. So and our stats are from December 4th of 2024 to December 3rd of 2025. So we did a year stats. I got 901 subscribers based on my videos.
Good job.
58 subscribers based on my shorts.
Good job.
So 959 subscribers in the last year, which is crazy to think that just a year ago, was it earlier this year? Yeah, it was earlier this year that I was celebrating 3K, and I will probably be celebrating 4K in January.
5. You're gonna hit 5.
Oh no, so I hit 4K in earlier this year and 5K in January, which just is crazy. Crazy amount of people following me.
I think it's crazy that there's like new people to find you.
Yes. All right, what about you?
I only had 704, but hey, 704 new friends.
Yes.
And 32 from shorts.
So what, 736 for you. So yeah. I find it interesting because I still feel like there are times, specifically in our groups, when it's like, oh, I found you from Nicole, or I can see yours and it'll say, oh, I found you from Lisa. And I'm like, how do you not know that?
Yeah, I'll get like a group request. The group request makes sense to me because I feel like the Facebook group are kind of like, both of us aren't like pushing hard because we're not offering stuff in the group that's like exclusive type stuff. It's more, I use it as like dumping ground. So like when I see like, oh, I'm joining the group from Lisa's group, I'm like, okay, great. And then I always wonder, do you already watch me? Are you new here? Either way, come on into my dumpster, make yourself at home, light a fire. Like,
I also want you to tell in this podcast what you told me about a certain someone who you asked if they knew who I was.
Oh my God. I can't name drop. Okay, anyways.
No name dropping. No name dropping.
I'm having a conversation with somebody and I kept saying Lisa. And I'm like, Lisa this and Lisa that and Lisa this. And I don't want to, like, I said, Lisa's going to do blank. And I don't want to say here because we're not saying what that is yet. And not until like 10 minutes later in the conversation, they're like, who's Lisa? And I was like, tell me you don't watch my stuff without telling me you don't watch my stuff. And this is somebody that was at my house eating dinner. So I was like, I love her to death, but I was just like, and I get it. She's transitioned into like card making and stuff. So she's more on like the Gina K, Jennifer McGuire, whatever. But I was like, okay, so you're not watching my stuff, which means you're not getting in on Lisa's stuff. But I was like, what do you mean?
I think when you told me, you were like, don't be offended by what I was like, don't
take this the wrong way. But I found it hysterical. I was like, I would think anybody would know just because this year, especially, there's been a lot of like meshing and collabing and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like our circle is so tight and our universes are so tight right now.
Yes.
That when people tell us that they're not in our universe, meaning that they don't know you or vice versa, it's like, how is that possible?
My favorite is seeing either my lore in your comments or your lore in my comments, and it's usually an overlapping viewer like Sydney. Freaking love Sydney. I'll see her drop something in one of your comments about me, and I'm like, dang, girl. Like, tell me you are immersed in both little Venn diagrams.
Yes, yeah. There have been times, I think today you posted something or you sent me something and was like, hey, this person commented on your video and was directing the question at me, so I had to go over there and
I was like, yours. Can you go help her? Because I knew you had a video on it, but it's one of those things where it's like, you kind of do what I do sometimes, where when you don't want to make a dedicated tutorial on something, we'll expand a regular video with a little tutorial in the middle. And I was like, I know it's in one of those where
Mhm.
you take the time to discuss how you plan. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to find it. But
Yeah.
you know your Lisa Wikipedia up here like
Yep.
nothing.
Yep. So it was a simple cut and paste over
Yeah, I
into the
sent you a
comments.
screenshot. I was like, hey. Going back to the topic at hand, what is a mistake that each of us has made that changed how we work? So anything that made you uncomfortable, you mentioned the beach layout
Mm.
earlier, maybe a lesson from an audience member, something.
So I think that the beach layouts really allowed me, and I've said this before in other videos too, and I think we've talked about it, allowing the mistakes to stay and
Yeah,
allowing
I
to,
told you to leave
yeah,
it in there.
yeah. And so that I feel like also those videos do better. I don't know if it's they're realizing that it's okay that we make mistakes too. Somebody commented on the Go pass holder video that just recently came out that it's nice to see that because we, I don't think she was mentioning me. I think she was mentioning content creators in general. We make it look so easy.
I was going to say, I think it goes to the fact that even if you're not on a design team and you're not working for a brand, you're not getting product, you're still creating content, you're still presenting that content in a marketing type of way where it's polished and, none of the boring, but you chop the boring parts, the mistakes, the trash, it's all cut. So when you leave it in there, it brings in that realism, it brings in that more like behind the curtain, like what's really happening when you're trying to put this layout together.
Yeah. And so I feel like that I just continue to see that as a good thing. And I just am riding
The
that
one where
wave.
you glued the layout to the mat had me stopping everything that I was doing, and I turned and I was like watching the video on the computer, and I was just like, this is good shit.
I do want to tell you it's something funny in regards to what you just said. So recently I had dinner with another content creator who happened to be down visiting Disney. And she said in one of her videos that she glued her layout to the mat. And she was like, all I could think about was Lisa told me what to do and how to avoid this. And I still did it. And I was like, sorry.
And you know what? I will for the longest time be marked safe from gluing my stuff to the back because I'm not gutting anything unless it's like creating collections. Like I'm like, no, I'm not gutting it. We're not going down that path of
And I'm going
we're
to
not
gut
doing it.
everything all day long, no matter how many times
But
I glue it to the mat.
I feel like ever since then though, now you're like, let me slow down. Let me think
Yes.
about this.
Yes. Let me put the adhesive on the other sheet of paper. All right. What about you? Any mistakes that you've made that changed the way that you worked?
I mean, there's the 20-minute black screen of death on the haul video that nobody bothered to tell me about until you wanted to drop it mid podcast. That was fun. So now I don't always remember, but I do scoot my little thing over on the editing software to make sure there's not like a straggler. And then I still I'll almost like highlight the whole like empty section and like delete it just to make sure that there's nothing that's getting caught. I mean, I'm forever going to have typos. I'm forever going to probably forget a date, and the viewers are going to tell me, and my date crew love them. Tina, thanks for commenting and being like, girl, you didn't put the date on there. And I'm like, thank you. There's now a pile back here that's going to go on a dark side video of fixing my dates on stuff. And it's those humbling comments that just stay up here that does kind of fix the workflow a little bit.
Yeah. And I think it's those that the humbling comments come from those who truly follow us, who are truly there, who have heard us say it's okay to tell us when our date is wrong. It's okay to tell us that something is misspelled because they've heard it in a previous video. Those are the ones that I'm willing to listen to because I know that you have followed me every year, every video that I posted this year. So for our next topic, we're going to talk about how the community surprised us, things that we didn't see coming. So any type of video hit or trend that came from our viewers that you thought was interesting?
Um, I think it just goes back to the fact that the haul videos did better than any sort of hauls. Um, any kind of like PDF or tutorial that I did. So like people wanting access to that. I feel like there was like a second wave pretty recently of the journaling die thing and the clean with me that will not die.
I think that I post a lot in Facebook groups, which I know that you have a cringe feeling about that. But whenever there's a question in the groups, and these are not our Facebook groups, so these are other Facebook groups that I'm trolling all the time. I post my layouts there, post my video links and things like that. But if there's a question that comes about, I'm always posting the tutorials that I do. And I had a huge increase in my 3x4 video of the, like, how to create 3x4s on the Canva templates, like, shot up after I posted it in that group. And I was like, where did that come from?
I will give you credit. I'm pretty sure like when you asked me, and we'll get to it later, like the top 10 videos for our year, the two that were actual craft projects, I'm pretty sure are two that I did go and post in a couple Facebook groups. So it definitely works. I'm very much the type of person that I feel like I've just kicked in somebody's front door and said like, look at me. And I feel like I give myself the ick. And I know everybody does it. It's how they promote themselves. It's just never been something that I've been comfortable with. Whereas you're just like, I'm here, I'm taking up space. Let me share this. If you don't like it, you can delete it. And I love that for you. I just don't know. I don't know how to get over that.
I feel like it's one of those things where I'm in that group and I see other people's layouts being posted. There are some amazing people posting in that group. There's some layouts that are not my style and I just scroll past them. They're not for me to see, but there's so many people in that group and I continuously get views as well as new subscribers from that group that I just can't stop posting. However, there are times when I post in that group and I specifically say, go check out the video for all the details. And then I get questions about like how you did that or how you did this. And I'm like, did you watch the video? Because I explained it in the video. And that drives me crazy.
Reading is fundamental, and some of us don't make it to the end of the post. Because I've been there too, where I'm like, where did this come from? And I'm like, oh, never mind, sorry.
Yeah, so no hate on them. Most of the time I'll answer the question and then I'll redirect them back to it where I say I've explained it in the video. But then sometimes when they come back again with another question, I'm like, all right, I spent a lot of time creating that video.
That to me seems like traffic that you would expect. So did you have unexpected stuff that was hitting or those trending for a while?
I don't think that I don't feel like any of my videos, I look through them, there's not anything that has
But I think it goes
hit
back
a lot.
to you continuously and consistently provide the same type of content. Like, yes, you start to introduce new things, but the fundamental like basis of stuff that you're putting out is the same, and people know it, people like it, people expect it. So I wouldn't think anything would necessarily like flop, because even stuff that doesn't get views right away for you, I think eventually settles into that average.
Yeah. So since we're talking about that, my highest video for 2025 was my video from the Scrapbook Expo. So my haul from that video, I posted it in April and it has just over 3,000 views. That's my highest views for 2025, or for that year period that we did from December of last year to this year. You know what? I will tell you one that I do feel like is like I didn't expect it was the Dog Days of Summer. And I like looking back, it was because I used Echo Park and Echo Park always hits, like no matter what.
For me, and I feel like before you got on your like doodlebug obsession, to me, you were always Echo Park. Like,
yes. Yeah, I think that I was Echo Park before Echo Park went down that rabbit hole of just having the same types of
The
embellishments.
trucks and the coffee cart.
Yes. Yeah. Before, when they had some very cute
Yeah, they would
collections.
always do like kind of like niche, like almost. I mean, they always do full size collections, so it's not like mini collections, but it would be like more almost like specific type themes. And it seems like
Mhm.
now they've settled back into like those like seasonal pegs.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna hit this, we're gonna hit this, we're gonna hit this. And for a while there, they were kind of doing like the same, all of those themes and seasons, but they all had either the trucks or the coffee cart, or they had like the same like vibe
Mhm.
to them.
Yeah. I did pick up one collection on Black Friday.
Mhm.
I'm looking at it, but it's also stuff on stacked on it. So I'm afraid that if I take it off, it's like everything's going to fall off.
It's okay.
Because
I'm
I'm going
sitting
to
in
do a
front of a
haul
pile on
video
the
for my
floor.
Black Friday stuff. So I picked up this one, which I think we talked about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we were talking about month in review.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not going to use it for month in review,
So are
but
you doing?
it's the navy. The navy hearts got me. It got me.
They do a good navy. So are you gonna do the thing where
Yeah.
you share 5 things that you? Okay, I approve. I like that series. Continue, please. Never stop that series.
Like my 5 layouts that I'm going to do with that.
Let me
Here's the thing.
justify why I bought this.
Yeah, here's the thing is that so I bought this on Black Friday and it was super cheap. Like everything was super cheap because it was Black Friday. I did not I'm gonna have to find 5 layouts. I know. But it was
You
so
just bought
cute.
it?
I just bought it,
Wow.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to
I'm
find
proud of
5
you.
layouts to go with it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
but
super
that's. I
cute.
mean, it's an everyday line. That's pretty.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those that I can pull out.
That one should.
And
That one should. Yeah.
yeah, and I also feel like it's one of those that I sometimes I need something else besides Doodlebug and Simple Stories, which I feel like has been a lot lately.
So I think we're on the track to talk about how people are consuming content, because I know when I was looking and pulling stats, it seemed like the majority of people, at least on mine, watch on TV, which I found interesting because watching on TV opens up a lot of explanation for low comments, low likes, low shares, and low recommendations. Because when it's on TV, you'll either let it autoplay or you go back to your home screen and pick something else. You're less apt to go back to that creator's content and leave a comment, share, like, do all the things that help the creator. So I feel like that was kind of like not necessarily eye-opening, because I kind of knew that that was probably a little bit of what was happening with my stats. So yes, people are still watching you, but I don't know if it affects like the recommendations and the play next and stuff as much as when you watch on like mobile or desktop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was looking up the stats because we did all pull all of them beforehand, and our numbers are very close. So for TV, mine's 30, yours was 29. So and they're in the same order. So TV is the highest, mobile phone is right underneath it, then the tablet and the computer is the lowest at 18 for me and 17 for you. So I find that interesting as well because I don't watch on the TV for 2 main reasons. One, what you just said in regards to the fact that I can't go in and like, and then if I don't do it right, then it's not going to happen. So it's not like I can go back. I know there are some people who are like, oh, I'm going to go back and maybe into the history part of it and like all of them or comment when they have time later on.
I was gonna say, can I tell you a shameful secret?
Sure.
So if I know, okay, I need to do my workout or I need to do stuff, and I'm like, I need a distraction, I will put YouTube on the TV, but I will only put specific channels up that I know I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to engage. And it's usually like scrapbook.com lives. Like they don't need me. There's 30 other thousand people pushing their content. And it'll be like big channels. I'll catch like a previous live. But here's the other thing is I watch yours on the TV too. I'm so sorry.
But so the other reason I don't watch it on the TV is that the TV does not allow me to watch it on double speed, which I watch everything on double speed except for yours. You're the only one that I don't watch on double speed because
you used to.
I used to,
my
yes.
feelings.
Yes. And the only reason that I stopped was because I do know that when you watch a content creator on double speed. So let's say that their video is 20 minutes long. If you watch it on double speed, they only get counted 10 minutes of watch time. So I do watch yours on regular speed, which it sometimes.
Thank you for no longer doing me dirty.
Yes, I will have to. I'm definitely going to put up the image of Sully from Monsters Inc. when he's in the library. Do you remember that scene where he's like walking behind them and he's like, go. Yes, that's how I feel when I watch your videos. Not that you talk slow, but everybody
You're just
talks
impatient.
slow.
You're impatient because I do the same thing when I watch TikTok, because I do the thing where you hold the screen down and they're telling like a long story and I'm like, yeah. I need you to
get to the point.
Yeah.
And that's my ADHD. I absolutely know that. So.
Just know that the videos that I do leave comments on and I like, know that that's when I'm up here and I've clocked in and I'm on the computer, because then when it stops playing and you do your sign off, I'm like, oh, let me go run over there and whatever. Which I think we've talked about this privately and we've talked about it in Facebook groups. I still have not seen the hype button in the wild, and it's irritating me to no end.
Interesting.
I cannot hype anybody.
I am able to hype people.
I haven't seen it on mobile or PC. I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, so I don't know why I have it. Like, I don't know what the requirement is to get the hype.
Like, I think it's interesting that people can hype me, but my account, I can't hype anybody else. Because like when we were pulling stats, somehow deep in there, I saw a thing that had like hype numbers, and I was like, that's great. I don't know what it is or how to do anything with it.
Yeah. So do you, in your stats, do you look at your weekly stats? Because I look at mine. In there, it tells you how many times you've been hyped that week.
I look at the cute little thing that they send you once a week, and I play the little guessing game where it says like, guess who watched. That's how I figured out that people were watching me on TV and stuff. But I'm not waking up in the morning and checking my stats. I'm sorry. They're not pretty enough for me to look.
There was a question that I was going to ask and it completely slipped my mind. I don't know. It'll come back to me. Oh, we do have hype points. I have a total of 191,000 hype points, and you have 105. So that's interesting as well. So I'm wondering if how many people are able. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think we should probably explain what hypes are, because we did explain it in our groups, but for podcast listeners,
take it away, because I still am.
You still don't understand it.
All I know is you only get 3 a week, is my understanding.
Yes. So it's something that YouTube is rolling out. So not everyone has it, because Nicole does not have it and I do have it. And we posted it in our groups and people have said some of them have it and some of them don't. So it's not fully rolled out program yet, but YouTube has implemented this ability to push out content to the front page, meaning that in that recommended page, when you open up YouTube, whether it's on your phone or your computer, there's certain videos that are there. Most of the time it has to do with how popular the videos are, how many comments they have, things like that. But this specific hype feature is only available for small content creators, which both Nicole and I are considered small content creators.
I think it's under 100K subs was my understanding, which to me that's big.
I feel like that's huge. But in that sense, if you have the opportunity to hype somebody, whether it's myself or Nicole or another content creator that you listen to, you only get 3 a week, but it gives them a chance to be seen by other people. So when you're going in to do the comments, which I believe you can only hype after you comment.
I was going to say, somebody in one of our groups said that it didn't pop up until they had engaged with the content in some way, whether it was a comment, a like, a share, or something. I'm just irritated because it's like, I would love to use my 3 coins for the week or whatever and go hype up 3 YouTube friends, but I cannot find it. And I've this morning I tested, I liked your video, I left you a comment, and I think I even tried to add it to a playlist, because I was like, surely something has to get this thing to pop up, and nothing. I've updated my app. I cannot figure out what the deal is.
Yeah. So it just must not be with your region yet.
I'm not cool enough, apparently.
You're not sitting with the cool kids. Yeah. So it's I don't know if that's a thing, but if you do have the ability to hype up content creators, absolutely use your 3 to hype up whoever you want. I mean, if it's Nicole and I, we would greatly appreciate it, but whoever you feel needs to be hyped for that week, we would appreciate it. And I'm sure they will as well. So one of the other stats that I wanted to talk about, which I think I've mentioned this in my videos sometimes, and I talk to you about it and you're like, just let it go. It's not that big of a deal. But it's the likes versus the dislikes. Those things get me every single time. And looking at these stats, this is what really gets me, is that both of us have the exact same number. Our likes versus dislikes are 99.7. It's not even 1% of the videos are being disliked, but it's still like that one person who's disliking it.
My stance has always been the same for years. Like, I was excited years ago. They took away the visual to where you couldn't see it. And I was like, okay, that's going to make some people happy. My thing is, it shouldn't, because the dislike and like feature is supposed to be for the viewer to say, this content's for me, this content is not for me. But that is not how the like and dislike comes across to most of us. And I'm the type of person that, like, if you're going to take the time to watch part of my video and then say, I absolutely hate this, she's atrocious, I want nothing to do with her, let me hit this dislike button, leave that in a comment, because that will help my brain say, we're just not compatible, and that's a-okay, and I know that you hit that button. I've had people tell me maybe they fat fingered it while they were scrolling. Maybe it was an accident. I tend to just not think about it very often. And luckily on the back end of YouTube, you actually have to scroll left and right to see it. And half the time I forget that it doesn't fit on the screen. And I'm like, this is probably intentional. But you are always like, somebody disliked my video. And I'm like, it's not constructive to the creator. So it's like, unless you're going to tell me what you hated about it, because if it's my voice, I can't fix that. If it's the 20 minutes of dead space, I'm so sorry. I will try not to do it again. Like, that is understandable. But to give no context to it, I don't know. Yeah. And like when I'm scrolling through and I'll look at something and it's like a haul video has dislikes on it. And I'm like, what do you not like? You don't like the brand? You don't like that it's in my house? You don't like, I can't compute. Like, please help me.
Yeah. It's the unknown for me. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's the fact that I have no idea why you disliked it.
Like on TikTok, if you scroll too fast past something, a thing will pop up sometimes and it will say like, were you not interested in this creator, the content, something, and to where you can give a little bit of feedback to where it's not dinging the creator. You're just like, this isn't for me.
Yeah. And so it could be that somebody does see that dislike as I don't want this on my For You page, which is fine. But,
are you going from dislikes into the, what do you put to here, bottom performing?
Oh, yeah, we could do that as well. We were all over the place. I think I like the fact that we have all of this. I don't know that we're going to get to all of it.
Right.
But we can jump around. So the bottom performing.
3 of mine are the podcast and 2 card videos. So take that for what you will.
I don't even know where it's at. Where is it at?
I think it's on the last page. Yeah.
Bottom performing. Okay, let me see what mine are.
Yours are all shorts.
Oh, look at that. Maybe I won't finish them in 2026.
Oh my gosh.
So let's see.
I think that's because you haven't been doing them for very long. So I think that's a newer thing on your channel. And when you look at how beast of an upload you've had for the year, you kind of have to take those numbers into account. But like, I mean, I'm a little apologetic that 3 of mine are the podcast. What does that say?
But it's the top 3 at least. Like in the top 3 in the sense that like
it beat out 2 card videos.
2 card videos underneath it. The podcast never does well on YouTube. In that sense, looking over at Spotify, which I got this message just yesterday, and so I'm kind of glad that we waited a little bit to record this because I'm super excited that we can say this on the podcast. We got an award from Spotify, which is just like a little like screenshot. It's not like we're reading anything from
It's
it,
a
but like
sticker.
it's really cool for me. Yeah, a little sticker. It says that we are a 2025 marathon show because fans listen to us longer than 81% of other shows, which I think that's awesome that we only have 8 episodes out
I was gonna
when
say
we
my
got this.
brain can't even like figure out. Okay.
Yeah. 81%. That's like pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm just like,
So it is one of those things where it's like it doesn't do well on YouTube for either one of us. I don't think that it.
No, but I think we both kind of took YouTube as it was like a filling a hole for people that were like, I don't use podcast platforms. Like they wanted to stay on a platform that they already use, or people like me who, I'll put craft videos up on while I'm working and it doesn't matter if there's a visual or not attached to it.
Right. And so I guess we should probably talk about the visual part of this podcast as well, since that's the first one that we're going to do. So we originally thought of just doing this as a test to see if it works out. You'll notice that we are both wearing headphones. We both got new cameras, and we wanted to try out the possibility of doing a video podcast. When I was doing it before without the headphones, the editing was a lot because I was having to edit.
rough.
Yeah, I was having to
And
edit out.
I would say that the only negative I think that we've seen out of all the episodes was people were under the assumption that there would be video.
Right. So this video will be, or let me rephrase that. This podcast will be a video. Podcast number 10 will also be a video because we have some special things planned for you guys on that one. And then we'll see how it goes. And if they do get a lot more traction, then we might move into video podcast for 2026. So we'll see how that goes.
Wait.
So if you're enjoying this podcast,
let us know.
If you're enjoying this, yes, let us know in the comments. Watch our videos, hype them up for
Otherwise,
us.
I'm going back to twisty bun and pajamas.
Which, I'm okay with that too. All right, so let's see what other stats we want to talk about.
I feel like there was some that I was adding that I was like, this is kind of interesting. The shares, I was like, this is actually really sweet because 377 people took the time to share one of my videos. However, I don't know if that counts when you hit the share link and grab your own link to copy it and put it on like a post. I don't know if that counts when we share our own link.
Do you share from YouTube and not Studio?
If I'm not home. Yeah.
So
maybe
I still go into Studio.
Okay, so it's probably not 377 sweet souls. It's probably like 300. 77 of them was probably me, but I'm just saying I don't know if that counts me. Like if I'm not home and I need to grab something real quick, have you never had to sit there and watch one of your own videos to figure out, did you say it in this one? Did you show it in this one? And then when you're in the video, you grab the link. You're telling me you leave the video, go find it in Studio and get it from there?
Yeah, because the video link in Studio is shorter than the video link in
We are not the same. Here's your super long link, Joy. I will comment. I will return comments with a long ass link.
All right, so in that sense, so 93% of your shares came from videos and 6% came from shorts, whereas mine was 95 from videos and 4% from shorts, which I find interesting because I feel like I have more shorts than you do.
Oh, for sure. I mean, half my shorts are from the Halloween thing. Like, I don't have a ton.
But you have more shares. So people are sharing more of your shorts and there's less of them.
You would think, but that could have been me like 17 times sharing that short into a group because, like I said, a lot of the shorts I used to do, like my Spellbinder swatch is a short because it was just quick and easy and it has the PDF linked. So it could be me. I could be the reason why my statistics are so bad.
No. All right, so let's talk about kind of another negative is the subscribers lost, which I find really interesting that I had more loss of subscribers than you did.
Which I was shocked because I'm trying to look for it right now. Um, because to me, I want to say maybe once or twice a year, I will be irritated. Like I always go, I open YouTube, I look at what shows up on my front screen, and then I always go to my subscribe tab. And then I kind of look and see what I want to watch. And then typically I make like a queue. So it'll keep auto playing what I want instead of just random stuff. And once or twice a year, I will go through. Mostly, I'm just frustrated scrolling through stuff that I'm not in the season to watch that, or something's going on where I'm like, either they've changed their content, I'm not interested. A lot of stuff, like I need to unsubscribe from Court T because it's too much. I will go in and unsubscribe. So the fact that you lost that many subscribers, that many people were dedicated enough to go unsubscribe. Like it's a lot of work to go unsubscribe sometimes.
Yeah, it really is. And so that's what I'm thinking is the other. So on here, the three options that we have in regards to how we lost subscribers is other, from videos, and from shorts. So the videos and the shorts, I can kind of understand that. Like for whatever reason you watched a video and you're like, oh no, that person's no longer an interest to me. I'm gonna unsubscribe to them. But the other means that they had to have gone from like their subscription section of YouTube.
I was gonna say like how I'm doing it. They're going off of their list.
Yeah. So, and that's the biggest part. 83% of my subscription loss comes from there.
That hurts my feelings less than they were in the middle of a video and they were like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that's
but
fine.
So I lost 267 people this year, and you lost 244.
Which, I mean, that's not that far off, especially when you figure that you're ahead of me by about that many people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a launch. Listen, that is 200 and some odd people that don't vibe with us, and it's fine. You're fine.
It's okay. Another stat that I want to talk about is the playlist. I spent so much time, I don't know, like a year, 2 years ago, creating all those playlists because I did some research in regards to the fact that playlists are the best way to things to have on your channel. People can go in for whatever reason, and you know, if they just want to watch Doodlebug or they just want to watch Christmas stuff, they can find your playlist. And looking at this, the views that came from my playlist are about 13,000.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I desperately need that like 8th day of the week to mine are atrocious. They're bad. They're bad. They don't look the same. Like I need to sit down and I need to go look at your playlist. There's a couple other people that I follow that I know have like really organized stuff. I feel like playlists for me are always one of those things where I'm like, oh, somebody's asking for something. It would be really convenient if I could just link them a playlist. So then I go make one real quick, throw a bunch of stuff on it. And then it just becomes a thing that I keep adding to when you do your upload and stuff. And there's no rhyme or reason to them. And I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah. So you don't have them for specific designers? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I have ones for like different techniques, different brands, different design teams, different classes, sketches. I don't know. You take a look and you tell me.
I can do that for you.
Yeah, because I feel like half the time when I'm looking at it from the studio point and not from like an organic viewer. And sometimes stuff just looks completely different.
Yeah. Let's see what else you want to talk about.
The average view duration is one that chaps my ass every time. I beat you on that one. I'm proud of that.
Did. So my average view is 7 minutes and 25 seconds, and yours is just over
801. 801.
Which I find interesting because my videos are anywhere from 12 to 18 minutes is what I try to make my videos.
You're for sure at least the 50% mark, because I feel like mine are usually longer. Lately they've been shorter. Lately I've been work smarter.
Yeah.
Like, only gonna watch 8 minutes? I'll give you 8 minutes.
So I find that interesting that it's right at the halfway mark for me. So at halfway, they're like, I'm done with this.
I apparently did not. I don't think I could find this returning viewers thing, but you have 81% of returning viewers. That's good.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I went and looked for it again and I couldn't find it to like show you where it was. I
That's what I was gonna say.
couldn't.
I found it the first time, and then the second time I was like, I give up. I cannot find it. The back end of
Yeah.
YouTube, no.
Sometimes it's crazy. The
Yeah.
other one that you didn't get either, which I thought was interesting, was the watch time from subscribers. So
Mhm.
75% of the people who are watching me are subscribed to me and 25% are not.
I think I'm like 60/40. I do look at that one because I feel like even when I was a small channel to now, I would say I'm a medium-sized channel. I feel like I've always run about a 10%. Like if I get 10% of my subscribers to watch a video, that's good. That's good for me. Um, I feel like for a while there it was about 40 or 50, and now it's back down to 10%. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? That 10% club, those are the cool kids. We know them. We love them. They keep coming back. I need them to tell their friends. If they could
Yes.
tell 211 more of their friends, I could hit 5K before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen.
You never know. You still got,
You'll probably hit it.
no, not before the end of the year. In
If
January,
you
probably.
hit it before, okay, listen, I need anybody that's possibly listening to this that I don't know ungodly reason why you're not already subscribed to her. Oh my God, this is going to be a personal mission. If Lisa gets to 5K before the end of the year, we will do a live podcast.
Okay. I have no
Like a
idea
bonus, like we'll talk about anything. We'll take viewer questions.
Okay. I have
Okay?
no idea how to do a live
I know.
podcast, but sure. Let's do
You
it.
like to research.
Figure all that out. All right. So with that, let's talk about, because we're like at, it was with 40 minutes before and now we're at 30 minutes. So
Okay, but
all right,
you know
so
what?
let's talk about
This is a little. I was gonna say this is gonna go into a little bit about like next episode. Don't worry about how long the episode is because we got girls that are out there walking laps and they said that they enjoy the length of the show.
Yes. So we are here for you guys. Absolutely. All right. So our last topic, what are we letting go before 2026? So what I'm hoping, one of the things of letting go is the over editing of this podcast, which hence the headphones and new cameras and stuff.
I have to say, I have a new fear because I think this is like the third time it's happened where I get a text from Lisa and she says, "Have you checked your front door?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yes.
She was like, "You have to wear these." Like, I should have never given you my address.
Well, but the things that I've sent you, can you get to your dumpster fire?
Yes. Hold on.
I mean, the things I send you are pretty stinking cute.
I know, right? And after he comes off the tree, he's gonna go up in my orange section out here. Which the green one was the first. Yes. Could you please go check your door?
That I don't know where I don't know why it came up. Like I have no idea why the dumpster fire is showing up on my Amazon like things, but that first one came up and I was like, oh, I have to get that from Nicole.
Oh my God.
So I mean, you got something fun along with your headphones.
I know, but I felt bad because I had told you, I was like, literally, like, because you sent me the link to the camera. I bought the camera that you told me to buy. Like, I'm thinking, I said, send me the link for the headphones. I'm like, 2 days later, you were like, can you please go check your door? And I'm like, what did you do?
I feel bad because it's like, this is my baby. This
but
is
I was
my
scared.
Thing.
I was scared because it was like 3 days after my granddad. And so I'm thinking, oh my God, if she sent me some like sentimental thing, I'm going to start like sobbing. I'm going to be like pissed at her. And it was an ornament. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So over editing is what I'm hoping to get rid of. But that also means then we have to like actually, get dressed and not be in our pajamas when we record these things.
I mean, okay, I feel like I reserve the right to maybe like the last episode of a season, which you're the one that decides how many episodes are in a season. We have a pajama party. Okay. And maybe if we learn how to do live, then maybe like the season finales are always live or something.
Yeah. We can do that.
And we can take,
so this is episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 10 episodes planned for this season, which will close out 2025 for us. It will go up right at the end of the year. Okay. So we'll see. All right. What about you? Anything that you're letting go in 2026?
Yeah, I think I am gonna go back to the mentality I had a couple years ago where I'm like, me do me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. If you suddenly don't like me because I'm on a design team, or you don't like me because I got something free from somebody, or whatever, that's fine. You do you. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna post what I like when I can. Um and I'm gonna edit it however I can. I'm gonna try to turn off the comparison demon and just go back, because even like, yeah, our channels are the same size, but we are on like two just different, not paths, but do you know what I mean? Like your content is really kind of geared towards showing other people like, this is how you can do this, let me show you like an exact template. And I'm kind of more settling into this, here's this new product, let's take a look at it, let's see how this works into my style, and let me show you how I got from point A to point B. And that's kind of like two just, it's different, you know what I mean? Like we're kind of, yeah, we're the same size and stuff, but our channels are vastly different, I think.
I think that for me and my channel, one of the things that I feel like sometimes I get in this rut, but I do feel like my channel is rinse and repeat. The things that I do on my channel are the same. I may be using a different collection, a different sketch, but I'm pretty much doing the same thing.
Okay, but I'm going to point this out to you because do you ever see people that meal prep?
Yes.
They will meal prep all their stuff for the week, and it can be a little bit monotonous and stuff, but do you know what happens when they do that?
They make their life easier.
They have a long success. It makes everything else in their life a little bit easier. And you kind of do the same thing where you're meal prepping, and maybe this week you bring in this extra spice. And maybe this week you try this thing. Like you kind of, it's almost like you swap out the desserts, but everything else is your basic meal prep. And I think that that's why you have consistent viewership. I think you're posting every 3 days is why you have consistent viewership.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like what I'm doing is working, and I know that. And so it's not like I'm going to change what I do. And you know, I might come up with these new ideas, which we're going to talk about in our next podcast, of our plans for 2026, and our goals really. But it's not going to change how I do things on my channel. Just added an extra little spice.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about our next episode and something that we have created, which I'm super excited about, which is our Google form. So we now have a Google form. It's going to be listed in the show notes. We're going to post it in our group as well. In that Google form, you guys will have the opportunity to just tell us anything. You want to tell us about what's going on with the podcast, what you like, what you don't like, what you like or don't like about our YouTube channels. Hopefully more likes. Yes, hopefully more likes and dislikes. What topics you want to hear on the podcast. And we give you the opportunity to provide your name or remain anonymous. So when you are answering the questions, all of the questions are optional. So you don't have to answer anything. If you want to just go in there and put your name and answer one question and say, I love your channel, we're good with that as well. But we do have that Google form. And our next episode is going to be talking about all the sweet things that you guys have said to us over the past year on our podcast. And we have receipts.
Screenshots have been saved. Comments have been clipped. Some people we may reach out and be like, hey, can I say your name?
Yes. So if you want to be a part of that as well and you have not left a comment, you can leave a comment on this podcast. Or if you want to remain anonymous, you can go into that Google form and just put a nickname down. We have that question on there that says you don't want your name being shared in the podcast, and we will respect that. If you want to leave something that's not public in regards to it going back to you, but you want it to be brought up in the next podcast, we will definitely do that for you as well.
I have a small request from you because the Google form goes to you. Save some and don't tell me about them until we record.
Okay.
I love a nice surprise.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I haven't shared this with you and it just came in today, so I want to share
Oh
it with you.
no.
No, it's a good thing. It's about the
Okay.
podcast.
Oh.
She says, I love your podcast and I hope you continue to do it into 2026. It's fun that your personalities are different and you have different work processes.
Oh.
So she just, this was on the last episode of the podcast. So she's just getting around to listening to it. But I think that those types of comments are really.
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of the ones that we've gotten have commented on that they like the differences between us.
Yeah. Someone else said in the last one, and we'll go into more detail about it, but it was, they can tell that we have a genuine friendship. And I was like, yeah, she's my bestie, whether she wants to believe it or not.
I tell people all the time, like, especially when I can feel myself getting to where I've signed up for too much, or like I'm hitting that thing, is I keep telling people, friends in this hobby and in this community, and then as I'm like progressing into more of like, I guess, the industry type stuff, any of my friends involved in that, if they ask me to do something, especially short notice, I'm like, yes, hands down, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. For you, I will do it. When you asked about the podcast, I was like, not really my thing. And you were like, hear me out. And I was like, that's mean. Okay, fine. I had like a thing a couple weeks ago where it was like it was the Bella Boulevard page kits was kind of like a sudden thing. And I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to fit that in, but okay, I'm going to do it because like I believe in like supporting the friends that I've made. And I feel like that stuff comes back around eventually.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think that in 2026, we will see a lot more things come back around. Just have a feeling. All right. So thanks for hanging out with us. This was a little bit longer, but hopefully you guys enjoy a little longer of a podcast. And we will see you on the next one.
Oh, is this where I say bye?
Mm-hmm.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you like this episode, make sure you follow the show so you don't miss what's coming next.
We're so glad you joined us today, whether you were gluing, cutting, or just avoiding your photo backlog.
Until next time,
pass the scissors.